everybody. I am Roctavia with Rock News UK, and I have Adam Slack on the line with me today. Um, he doesn't have his webcam up and running right now, so we just get to hear his lovely voice.
Yes. Hello.
All right, so um, long time no see. How have things been? How's everything going so far with lockdown and everything?
um. Well, yeah. It's been strange times, I guess. But it's starting to lift up a bit now. Things are opening up a bit. There's restaurants and pubs and stuff and shops are open again, but only on outside. And then next week you can go inside places. So yeah, excited to be able to go out for dinner, a bit of normality, and
That's good.
then 21st of June is hopefully when everything gets lifted. So pretty much normal life should resume in the UK. Fingers crossed, as long as the vaccines still keep going and stuff like that. But now, all right, thank you. Yeah.
Things are kind of getting better here too, which is good. I had my vaccine last week and it knocked me out. Wow, I was out of commission for a while. My second
Yeah,
shot.
I had only had one of them. I had the first shot in April, I think. No, March. No, it was in March, and yeah, I felt like I got hit by a train.
Seriously, oof, it was rough.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that it seems like there are shows getting scheduled here,
Yeah.
so there are a lot of things to look forward to this year. Starting in June and in the fall. So a lot of people are really excited, mainly myself, for the return of live music. I can't.
So am I. Yeah. I mean, I can't say too much, but there'll be some Struts stuff going on
Oh,
this year, I think. So
awesome. Oh,
yeah.
I don't
I
like
can't say any more than that.
No,
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But maybe there won't be. There we go. I'll just cover my ass.
No, nobody heard that. No.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, you guys had quite a few projects going on during the pandemic with Sunday Service and your album Strange Days and Low Key in Love, and you even had collaborations with Kelsey.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through maybe the most memorable experience out of those for you personally?
Oh man, I think obviously doing the album was pretty cool. We had never really recorded like that before. Going into the studio with pretty much nothing other than like a couple of voice memos of guitar riffs, and well, Luke came in with a load of lyrics, which saved a lot of time. And then, that album was pretty much recorded for the most part live, which was cool. It's something we hadn't done before. It was really, really good fun to be, and 10 days, 10 songs. It's kind of remarkable, really, that we did that. The Sunday Service was fun. Feels like, I don't know, the last 18 months has just been bizarre. I was living in LA when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Because of visa reasons, I came back to do the Soccer Aid thing, and I couldn't go back because of the, obviously the pandemic and visa reasons and stuff like that. So now I'm back in England, which I'm loving anyway. But no, definitely doing the album was a big highlight, and always look back on this time as that when the album was made, and it was some positive stuff to come out of this pandemic, and it's been nice. I remember, we toured for 6 years straight, and I was, by the end of the tour to California, even though that was only like a few runner dates, the way that last year was shaping up was that we were going to be on the road for the whole year again, and I was just like, oh man, I just want some time off to be normal. And then be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I've been saying that. It's funny that you say that. I've been saying that phrase like, oh, it'd be nice for a little break, and then a little too much of a break.
Yeah, and it was makes you appreciate, was made me appreciate, how lucky I am, and the touring and stuff. When it does come back, I can't wait now. And it's been I think we did need a break because we were burning out a bit, and I think now we're more than ready to go, firing on all cylinders.
Yes. I think all of your adoring fans are more than ready too. I think everybody all the way around, everyone's in the music industry is chomping at the bit. No doubt.
Thanks, crossed,
So let's see. I was kind of curious, what inspired you and Kelsey to create the covers album?
Well, I don't know. What did inspire that? I think, in fact, you're right here, so I'm going to ask you, what inspired the covers album? What? That was it, yeah. Billy Joe from Green Day did a covers album, and then
I hear her disembodied voice is off in the distance.
Kels came to England, and then originally it was, Billy Joe did the album, and then Kels was going to do like her favorite songs of 2020, and then it kind of just evolved into just your favorite songs kind of thing. And then I was here, and we were in lockdown, so we couldn't do it anyway, so I just recorded the guitars at home.
Yeah.
And then and then Kelsey did the vocals at home, and then kind of a friend of mine, Nat, who's I used to be in a band with, and my best mate, he just made it sound really lovely. But no, it's just a bit of fun, really.
So yeah, and it turned out really, really good. I don't know, maybe you don't have the Midas touch. That's just all I could describe it as. Turns to gold.
Yeah, and it's nice to. She always says to me that she does all her rock things, but I like it when she does the softer stuff, and I can hear her voice. Now she's walking over to me smiling.
Yes. So everybody. Okay. So if you're tuning in, Kelsy Karter is in the background. So she is very like this small package. Sorry, Kelsey, but she has a really powerful voice, and it's very rock forward, and it's bold and it's big. But when she did this covers album, and you get to hear actually like the range, and you get to hear the softness. Like, I just recommend that you can hear me talk about it until my face turns blue, but I recommend you go check it out.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's good. Check it out, seriously. But I wanted to ask you this also. This question I've kind of been wondering for a while. So can you tell us the story behind, like, I love hearing how musicians discovered their instruments, or the story behind when they got that one instrument that they coveted, their most influential instrument. Can you tell us the story behind you getting your most influential guitar?
I'm trying to think which one would be. Oh man. And like my first proper guitar was a Canadian brand called Godin. I think it was I'm on my computer now. I'll have a look. Godin SD.
Sorry, I'm making you Google stuff.
No, I mean that's a pretty cool guitar actually. That's not it, but that looks cool. No, so I remember I got it from this shop called Play It Again Sam in Derby. My parents bought it me, and it was kind of like a Les Paul body, but with like a Fender headstock. And I bought. Oh, that's it. I found a picture of it. Wow, wow.
I wish you had a webcam up. Dang it.
Yeah, I can. I'll have to send you that picture. Guitar Center. Yeah, I bought it because it kind of looked like a Les Paul Jr. in a weird way. I don't know. I know I loved Billy Joe so much at the time. It like kind of resembled like a Les Paul, but not at that price. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that was like my first guitar that I loved, and I covered it in stickers and stuff like that, and I played it in my old band, and my school band for years. And then I got my I think like the guitar like I've played like in the Struts like the most is my Gibson Les Paul. It's like a custom shop 59 remake. Mike McCready from Pearl Jam's has a 59, and they made like 100 copies of his 59. And you know, I went to Chicago Music Exchange, and I said, you know, I really want to buy a Les Paul. I've always played like Les Paul Juniors and stuff like that, and I said I really want like a proper 2 humbucker sunburst Les Paul. And then he was like, okay, well, go in the back room. And the owner, AJ, is a friend of mine, and he brought in like 10 Les Pauls, and I played them all. And the one I liked the most was this one, and he was like, that's the most expensive one. I was like, of course it is, great. And then he gave me a good deal on it, and I played it every single gig since. And our sound guy J3 loves it. So like whenever I play anything else, he's like, "Can you just play the Les Paul?" Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I got that in 2016, so you know, it's not. I've had it for 5 years, but I played it on every album since. Pretty much every song since I bought it. So, and obviously every gig live. So, it's one here to stay, and it's the one that I always play the best on that one. Like I love collecting guitars and I love having guitars, but like out of all of them, I played the best on that guitar. So,
I'm not mad at it. I mean, that was the one you were on in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
I mean, every gig. I mean, I usually switch for like a couple of songs, like Dirty Sexy Money. I have to put a capo on, so instead of me putting a capo on, and I switch guitars with a capo already on, and it's tuned and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'd say 90% of my live playing is on that guitar.
Oh, she cooks, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this segues perfectly into my next question. What do you miss most about being on tour, Adam?
What I miss most about being on tour, I mean, it's just like it's like a family. You know, we've got a really good crew that have been there for years now, and it's nice to be with everyone, but it's really nice to just play shows, you know, and just be in front of a crowd, and waking up in a new city, and it's just fun. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's why the break's been nice, because not that it wasn't fun anymore, but I wasn't sleeping a lot on the last few tours, and you know, I was burning out really hard, and I wasn't looking forward to getting on stage. It was kind of like getting through it rather than enjoying it, and I think that's not a nice way to be, and it's such an amazing thing, and to kind of feel like that wasn't great. So it was nice to have this break, and like I say, it's just going back. I'm never going to take it for granted again. Like, even if I get to that point where I'm burning out, I've just got to like pinch myself and go like, wow, this is incredible. Like, you know, just get your head down for a bit. But no, I love this. Yeah, I love the traveling little circus that we are. I think it's good fun. And being with the band, like I haven't seen the band in like 7 months. Yeah. I haven't seen them. You know, I speak to them every day, but you know, I'm seeing Luke this week for the first time since September. So
that's good.
Yeah, it'd be nice to finally hang out again. So I miss my mates.
That whole crew becomes like family.
Yeah.
So on that note, what do you miss least about being on tour? I think we kind of covered that, but like, what's the craziest thing you've seen? Like something interesting to throw at?
Well, what I don't miss about tour is getting no sleep. Yeah. I don't sleep very. It's either I sleep amazing on the bus, or I don't sleep at all, or showering in venue showers. I don't miss that. Like, that could be pretty. Like when it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't miss that. What else do I miss? don't know. And what's the other question?
Kind of what's the craziest? Do you have like an interesting, like one of your most interesting stories or a crazy story about your life?
God. God. Most interesting / crazy story from tour. I don't know, and if I do remember, it's probably not suitable to be telling you. Well, not you, but you know what I mean, like to put in the interview, because it would probably be, yeah. I tell you what, actually, I mean, it's kind of here or there, but like, when we first met Dave Grohl, that was one of the craziest moments in my life, because it was 5 minutes before we go on stage at the 9:30 Club, and the door in the dressing room always locks when you close it, and everyone kept banging on the door all night, and everyone had to get up to open the door, and it was getting really annoying. And there's a massive knock at the door 5 minutes before we go on stage, and I swing the door open in like anger, because I'm like, we're just trying to get ready. And he goes, "Hey, I'm Dave," and just walked into a dressing room, and I was just kind of like, that's insane. But that was a crazy moment. And then we spent the whole night after the show, like sat in that dressing room with him and the promoter, and just talking to him, and he was telling us stories till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I remember going into the toilet at one point, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, "Is this happening?" And it was. So that was, I mean, it's not the most rock and roll, well, it kind of is, but you know, we're not the Motley Crue kind of story. It's it's a pinch me moment story, which I'll never forget.
Yeah. Fair enough. And he also has said that you guys are his most favorite opening band. You guys are the best. So
yeah,
it's a pretty high honor.
We have the honor with Dave Grohl's favorite opening band they've had. So that is
some of the best shows I've seen. I know that much. But wow. I'm usually nervous during these interviews, but I gotta thank you for, I don't know, maybe it's the chill attitude, the chill vibe, or but it's
so
it's
good.
been
it's just
a slice so far. So thank you. Usually I'm like, ugh, I'm a wreck. So I'm a real goober. Speaking of goobers, another awesome segue. Have you ever been starstruck? Like, I mean, like, total goober over anyone that you've met?
Yeah, like, I mean, to be fair, the Dave Grohl moment was starstruck. When I first met Billy Joe from Green Day, I was pretty drunk at the time, and I kind of just said everything that you'd wish when you were 10 years old didn't say to your hero, which was like, "You are my hero, I love you, you're the inspiration, you're the reason I play music." Aww. And then he just said, "Adam, hug me," and then he hugged me, and then I don't really remember the rest of the evening, but then I saw him again at the end of 2019, and he was so sweet and awesome, and just said that, you know, your band's amazing, and we hugged, and it was amazing. I was so starstruck, and the first time I met Mick Jagger as well, he walked over to us, and he was like, "Hello, boys." And that was probably the most starstruck I've ever been, actually, because I just didn't know what to say, and he was just stood there looking at me and Luke, and sorry, my dog just tried to hump me. I think he likes Mick Jagger as well, don't you, Lennon?
Lennon, that's the best name for you. And I'm working during interviews.
And we were stood in the middle of like the Stade de France in Paris, 80,000 seat stadium, and I didn't know what to say, so I just said, "Oh, should be a good gig here tonight." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Lots of people should come." I was like, "What the fuck am I saying to Mick Jagger?"
I think I'd explode into a million pieces, so you handled yourself way better than I would have.
Yeah, so that was probably the most starstruck I've ever been, for sure.
You have already kind of opened for and collaborated with like a lot of big names in rock and roll, but who would you absolutely love to tour with next?
Oh, stumped me a bit. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Who'd I like to tour with next?
Or maybe this one. If you could create a guitar forward like collaboration project, like an album where like you get to like really shine on your chops and you can kind of partner up with somebody guitar wise.
Yeah.
Who would you do that with?
Oh God, damn. I don't know. Like, you tell you what, I really fucking love White Reaper, who opened up for us. I'd be their third guitar player if they wanted me. I love their band so much, and I think they're fucking great songwriters, and I think they're great guitar players and just great writers in general. And one second. And I would love to collaborate with them in some way, or like I say, / if they needed a third player, or if Hunter got sick or something, I'd jump in. So I'd say them, and I think I've played with Green Day, but I'd love to do something with Billy Joe and write something, or play on a track of his, or Green Day's. I'd like to do something like that. That would be incredible. So either like one of those, or I think something with Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. I think the AM album that came out like 8 years ago was like one of my favorite albums ever. I was working at a department shop in England called John Lewis at the time, and I was selling toothbrushes and shavers, and over Christmas period, and I had to catch the train every day, and I'd listen to that album every single day on the way in, on the way back, religiously. I loved it. Just incredible album. So I'd love to do something with the Arctic Monkeys, or Alex Turner in particular. I think he's wicked. And I love a bit of John Mayer. I think he's a fabulous guitarist.
Yeah.
I'd love to do learn a couple of things off him. I think he's a great songwriter, great guitarist.
I'd be all for it.
And he's hilarious, so I think it would just be whether we play guitar or not. I don't think he drinks anymore, but I'd just have a couple of beers and just like shoot shit with him.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
I'd like to be a fly on that wall. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about, besides frozen Oreos, what's your favorite go-to snack?
Oh God. I'll tell you what I've having. What would be my go-to snack? I like beans on toast. That's the thing over here, like baked beans on toast.
Beans on toast, Adam.
Yeah, I love beans on toast. Or at the moment, I'm having like little pita breads with chicken and chicken in it. That's about as exciting as it is. I'm sorry, I'm not. I can't think off the top of it. What's a snack that I really love? Oh, toast, tea and toast. Love that. I love sandwiches and we call it sandwiches and chippies, or like crisps. Prawn cocktail, Walker's prawn cocktail crisps.
Those are actually really good. I was freaked out by those.
Really?
The first time that I saw them, I was like, what?
Give me one second.
Okay.
Sorry, my dog is trying to play fetch with me, and he keeps jumping on me, going.
We can't hear any of it on this end. I don't know if it's in the playback, but I don't know. I just hear you clearly. So. Oh,
that's fine. It's probably this fantastic gaming headset that I've got on at the moment.
What's your favorite game to like?
Oh man, it's called Dota 2. And it's like the biggest like esports game ever, but like not many. It's like massive in Asia, really. But I mean, it's big everywhere, I guess. But it's it's I don't know. The more famous like equivalent of it is a game called League of Legends, and it's basically just you can plow thousands of hours into it, and you could still be rubbish like I am. So. And I've been playing it for like almost 10 years and I'm still crap, so
no way.
Yeah, but it's just so addictive. It's but I love it. I don't really play anything else. I play a bit of Call of Duty every now and again, but I try and it's good. I find it therapeutic for me, especially in lockdown. Like I get in my own head sometimes, and it's just something to take my mind off things for a bit.
Understandable.
Or infuriate me because I'm crap.
I used to be like, before lockdown, I used to be one of those like nerds that would like go into the arcade bars and park myself in front of Galaga. And that was like the way I would decompress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or like a pinball machine, like the Addams Family or Jurassic Park. Those were the two.
Oh, I love a good pinball machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Park myself in front of one of those. So on that note, what's your most favorite guilty pleasure that you can tell us about?
It's funny, I got asked this. I got asked this the other day, so I was gonna go into the message I sent back. Okay. Guilty pleasures are weird because I don't feel embarrassed about any of my guilty pleasures really.
Okay, cool.
I love watching game shows.
Game shows, nice.
Yeah, there's a show called The Chase over here in England. I think they got it in America too, but love that. Or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, love that. I love watching Friends over and over again, like reruns of Friends. I'm like the biggest. From season 3 onwards, the first 2 seasons aren't really for me, but other than that, love Friends. And I'm obsessed with like techie stuff, like iPhones, Apple, Google, laptops, nerdy shit.
Cool.
That's my guilty pleasures, I'd say.
Fellow techie, fellow nerd, love it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I don't know why. I sit on YouTube and just watch. I've got a bunch of YouTubers that I love that I just watch all their videos about tech.
That's awesome. I knew you were cool. Anyway, on that note, so do you have any kind of secret hidden talents that you have yet to share with the world? Like, are you a yo-yo superstar or?
Certainly not. Secret? No, I think. I think my only. Good at spending. No, I couldn't tell you. I don't think I do. I don't think I have a secret talent. I think I'm. Oh, hold on. Do I? Sorry? Oh, apparently I have incredible general knowledge.
General knowledge, everybody.
I think it's from watching. It's because in lockdown, me and Kelsey have been watching so many game shows. And every night, we'd get into when we were living in LA. We'd watch Jeopardy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Adam Slack, next Jeopardy superstar.
Yeah. R.I.P. Alex Trebek. My heart.
Yeah.
Broke when I heard that. But we loved Jeopardy, so we'd watch it every single night. And somehow I'd get quite a lot of the answers right, and I don't know where it's come from, but yeah.
I would love to see you on Jeopardy.
Who is Adam Slack? Yeah.
I would love it. Maybe you can guest host.
Best theme song ever.
You should guest host. Maybe you could guest host at some point.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Not after. No one can fill Alex's shoes.
Yeah. Understandable. But on that note, these are a lot of good segues. Thank you, Adam. What is your ultimate bucket list experience?
As in, like, one that I haven't done yet?
Yeah, like the thing that you absolutely, so your bucket list, the thing you got to check off the list, you absolutely have to do before you kick the bucket.
I'd love to play a show at Villa Park, which is Aston Villa's football club ground. I'd like to be big enough that we could headline a show at Villa Park Stadium That would be a dream. That would be a bucket list thing to do. Or or have a number one album.
Yeah.
Not a lot to ask for. Play a 46,000 capacity stadium, or a number one album, or both. I think one facilitates the other. I think if we had a number one album, we probably would end up playing Villa Park one day. Or if we didn't, let's go with both.
Well, you got one on the docket. You got something cooking, album wise. So maybe. You kind of covered my last question. What would be your destination venue, like your ultimate gig to play?
Yeah,
you're already reading my mind.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this. I hope it's okay. If not, I can edit it in post. But
okay.
So you recently covered your advocacy for mental health and mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Which is something that, I'm an advocate for as well. And I think should be more prominent because we take care of our bodies in the physical sense. Your brain, your mental health is part of your body. I think that there should be no stigma around it. And I think that, everybody needs to, pay more attention to all of the things that, center around mental health. So are you okay with talking about, what you covered recently? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's kind of why I put that post up in the first place, because especially in these times that we've been living in, I think
I couldn't agree with you more.
That mental health is needs to be more at the forefront of the conversation. And I've been, I don't want to say struggling because that sounds weird, but I guess I have been struggling to an extent in the last year or so, and I just think it's better if people talk about it.
I agree. I think that a lot of people don't realize those that are creative and the creative mind, and especially when you don't have your outlets and when you have your outlets kind of taken away from you, it is kind of difficult. And a lot of people in the field of music and a lot of artists in general, a lot of the creatively minded people, our sector was hit the hardest.
And it's kind of it's difficult as well because it's not difficult, but it's we're very fortunate to do. Well, I'm very fortunate to do what I do for a living, so it's at the same time it's hard to. I don't know how to word it, but my life isn't that tough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's but at the same time, it's still struggle. So it's I think I've been on the fence in the past whether to say something about it or not. But at the same time, it's I'm still a human at the end of the day, and no matter what you do, you can get sick. No matter what you do, and if it, your brains can be under the weather as well, and I've thought, people need to be talking about it more, and people can relate. And I think if people can relate, that's what helped me the most. I've been struggling since I was 19 with anxiety and OCD, and I got diagnosed 6 years ago. And I think that at the time, for the first 5 years of not dealing with it, up until when I went to talk to somebody about it, the main thing that helped me the most was knowing that I wasn't alone in it. And I think if anything I could say to in that one post I did, or in going forward in future, if people listening to this, whatever, just knowing somebody else struggle, it might be going through the same thing, and that's what helped me. Because in my mind I thought I was just going insane, and I was going to be locked away if I went to see anyone because of how I was feeling, but it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So I think the more awareness and the more, that's why I'm so open with it, because it needs to be more blasé, I think, and talk about it in the way that we talk about other things. And I think especially with men, don't talk about how they feel a lot of the time, and you know, with
I
you know,
think that I think
yeah,
society is a little bit harder on you guys because you know big boys don't cry, and
exactly,
you know
yeah,
you're supposed to suck it up and you know just get
man
over it
up, you
and
know, or
move past
cheer
it.
up,
No,
get over
no,
it,
that's
yeah,
not how it should be at all. Um,
no, and
um,
that's why I think that the more people talk about it, the more normalized it can be, and I think, yeah, I'm just a big advocate of it because I think anyone that suffers from it would agree, like it needs to be spoken about more because I think that, like the whole, just talking about how you're feeling, is such good medicine. Like,
yes,
I go to therapy and stuff, and just hearing things out loud, that I'm saying, like, is good medicine for me. So just being able to talk, I think, I was watching these documentaries over here on the BBC and about young male suicide, and one of the things they kept saying on it was like, we just didn't know, but then they said, well, we never asked. It was always
right.
on a surface level basis of asking how people were. So they were saying like, how are you? Like, yeah, I'm good. No, but how really are you, kind of thing.
Just
And I
because
think,
people carry it well, it doesn't mean it's not heavy.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's, the more people can talk about how they're feeling, I think in the long term, um, it will be better, and hopefully people start taking it more seriously. And yeah, I'm a big advocate for it. So
Thank you so much for that post and speaking with us about that as well. It's deeply appreciated. And then
oh, thank you.
um, so what would be one thing that you would want every up and coming guitarist out there to know, especially ones that hear your face melting solos, like, man, my scales suck, my fingers, I just can't get my fingers right. Like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to do that. Like, what would you want them to know?
Just don't. I mean, I struggle with this myself. Don't compare yourself to other people. And I'm the worst one. I should take my own advice way more, but just focus on what you can do, and let that motivate you to be better. And being inspired by other people, not being like envious or bummed out that they're so amazing. Just let it inspire you, and just practice, and just I don't, I don't think I'm that great a guitar player, so it's difficult, and I have to convince myself that I'm all right.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop thinking like that.
Yeah, I know, but that's anxiety for you, isn't it? But no, it's just, I think, just practice, and just be inspired and listen to as much music as possible. I think that's one of the things I didn't do when I was younger. When I started playing, I didn't listen to as much music as I do now, and I think I just get inspired more about what I listen to. And
you hear that, everybody? Listen to as much music as possible. The broader the scope, the more reference you have. That is some seriously amazing advice. Listen to as much music as possible.
Again, I need to take more of my own advice on, because I get stuck in ruts when I just listen to the same stuff or whatever. But no, I've listen to as much as possible and be inspired. Don't be envious or bummed out.
Some amazing advice. So it's been about, I think we're at the 5-year mark since you guys, hit the ground running in the US. Did you ever imagine that you guys would accomplish so much in a short amount of time?
No, I don't know. I mean, it was a very big turning point in our career. I think we were about to break up before we came to America, because
No way.
we were running out. Yeah, well, we were kind of, we're going to get dropped in the UK, and we all live miles apart from each other. And I thought maybe, I don't think any of us any of us said it, but I think it was all kind of in the back of our minds. But no, very, very chuffed with how things have turned out, and very grateful. And yeah, it's been an absolute whirlwind. I think it's been 6 years actually. I think we went over in August 2015. So yeah, it's been an absolute whirlwind of a ride, and
Yeah, we
every
are
single
coming
minute.
up on the 6th year, aren't we?
Yeah,
You're right. Wow.
San Diego. I think San Diego, August 2015. I think.
Yeah, you're right. August. Wow.
Yeah, mental. Love it though, and long may it continue on the upward trajectory it's been on.
So, are you able to tell us what's next for the Struts?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't really. I know that Loki in Love is out at the moment with Paris Jackson, and that's wicked, and loving that. There's gonna be stuff happening this year, but I just can't really say what or when it is. But I'm sure it all will become very clear in very soon.
King of Vague. Nice.
Yeah, politician style, that, isn't it?
I know, that was perfect. All right, so we're kind of coming up on the end of my allotted time with you, and it's been wonderful, and I really appreciate your patience because we had a little technical hiccup at the beginning of all this. So,
well, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're wonderful. Yeah. I like to go out on a silly kind of weird question. So, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
Teleportation.
Yeah.
I've been asked this so many times. Teleport. And I can teleport anywhere in the world. And people say, why don't you fly? Oh God, I sound like David Brent from The Office. My God, I heard it as well. Yeah. Whatever, yeah. Teleportation, because, yeah, why not fly? Well, I'll tell you why. Teleport into the middle of the air, yeah. You fall, that's flying, innit? So, best of both worlds. Oh, I want to go see my mum and dad. I'm there. I want to go back on tour. I'm there. Yeah? Go to Australia. I'm there. Anywhere in the world. I want to go see the pyramids of Giza. I'm there. I want to go to... You get the point. I could go on all night. Teleportation. No more fucking flying. Oh, amazing. Oh, we're flying economy to...
No more airports.
Fucking wherever, yeah. No, I'm not. I'll meet you there. Oh, I'm David Brent. Oh, I love it. Oh, God.
You are the best, and I miss you guys, and I hope everything, continues to be all that more exceeding. Hopefully everything exceeds your expectations and your wishes for the future of the Struts. Everything that you guys have in the works. So, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. And,
thank you too.
Hopefully we'll see each other along the path at some point soon.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
All right. Take care of yourself, Adam. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.